Ugly people are less successful in life and, well, just don't get as much good stuff. But women are the most affected. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on Salon.com. So, here we are again. Attractive people get more in life. Women most affected. Ugly people get less in life. Women most affected. Oh, here we are again. Women are most affected. Here we see. The grooming gap. What looking the part costs women. If women don't conform to beauty expectations, they're paid less. How dare they not pay these powerful, empowered women the same as men? Except that they do. First of all, the grooming gap, the gender gap, all of these gaps are all myths. I don't need to tell you that the wage gap's a myth. That's been proven and debunked time and time again. The reality is, women simply work less, they care about work less, they take more vacations, they usually have, they take time off because they have families, careers are not as important to them in general, and they're bad at negotiating. But there is no gap, and there is no grooming gap like this article's implying. You want to know why? Because if you're unattractive, you suffer, period, man or woman. So I'm going to show you something. Here on BusinessInsider.com, attractive people are simply more successful. Studies have shown that attractive people are usually hired sooner, get promotions more quickly, and are paid more than their less attractive coworkers. In other words, if you're attractive, man or woman, you will get hired sooner, get more promotions, get paid more, get treated better. This is all studied. This is referenced. There are plenty of research studies on this. But of course, this article on Salon has to imply that, oh, only women, the women are the most affected. Oh, it's only women that have to suffer from not being attractive. Let's see what these people have to say, because I'm pretty sure it's a load of nonsense. Madison, who works at a customer service job at an airport spa, has an employee handbook that says makeup should be well maintained and hands and nails must be well manicured. Oh my god, proper hygiene? How dare they? She says the few men she works with just ignore these guidelines because they're meant for women, but it doesn't explicitly say that. Because, look woman, lady, the last time I checked, men don't wear makeup, and those that do are, that maybe some do. Maybe some do. But I'm pretty sure that most men aren't going to wear makeup, and if they did wear makeup, people would make fun of them. Her wages are $13 an hour and 25 cents, plus 15% retail commission. Do not include additional pay to purchase manicures or makeup. During her interview, her now boss commented on how nice her makeup looked, and how well her shoes matched her purse. Comments that made her feel like she needs to keep up that kind of appearance, even though she already has a job. Well, surprise, surprise, you have to keep up a good appearance. Most times for most jobs. Okay, it's called professionalism. And as much as I despise professionalism, it is part of how people do business. Now, okay, maybe makeup does cost money. Maybe it does. Nobody says you have to paint an entire face mask to cover your face. You don't have to use a ton of makeup. Just use a modest amount of makeup. Use a little bit of makeup. It's not like you have to go all out. See, that's the mentality I don't understand. There are different levels. And maybe makeup's expensive, but so are suits. So when men are expected to wear suits, suits aren't cheap. You can get a cheap suit, but you can get cheap makeup as well. I've seen the dollar store. They got cheap makeup. Why are you buying brand name stuff? Maybe, just maybe, you need to think about what you're buying. It's well known that a persistent wage gap exists for women workers in the United States. Again, the wage gap is a myth. Oh, Lord.
Well, you're right. I'm going to quote you again. Among the many factors which influence male-female economic differences, the most elusive is employer discrimination.
Yes, that when you correct for all the various factors, such as the number of hours worked, the continuous employment versus taking a few years out to have children and so on. You take all that into account, the differences between men and women become quite trivial. If you look at the academic world, or as far back as 1969, women who were never married and who had earned higher incomes than men who had never married. They became a tenured professor at a higher rate than men who had never married. And then later on, if you look at the general population, If you take the women who are past the childbearing years and who've worked continuously, their incomes were higher than men who would work continuously, and so on. So the difference is that not that the employer is paying them differently, but that they have different characteristics.
So the central variable in explaining economic differences between men and women is not employer discrimination, not the rise of feminism. It's that women, it's child rearing, marriage and child rearing. That's the variable. As that varies, a women's arrival or participation rate in high-level occupations varies with that. That's
Absolutely.
the okay.
Bing, 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 bing. So that's how you know that the person who wrote this article is an absolute moron, doesn't know what they're talking about, and they're spreading myths. Again, this is nothing but, oh no, unattractive people have it worse in life. Women most affected. Again. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. For women work, okay, so she's lying, or the writer of this article is lying. Let's just get that out of the way. They're lying. A gap that becomes even wider than race, industry and age, and geography are taken into account. But less frequently discussed is the often silent expectation around appearance imposed on women workers, which has its own financial costs, known as the grooming gap. Okay, this is a total illusion. A lot of women out there will complain like, oh, well, I have to look good to go outside, or else society will judge me. Men put these standards on women. Ha! Ha! How dare they? But no, the reality is actually, if women don't put on a good appearance, other women will judge them. Okay, they actually put on makeup for other chicks. Have you ever noticed that? It's not the men. The men are like, I'd smash a tree if it propositioned me. Men don't care. They don't care as much as you would think. I'm sure they're shallow men, just like there's shallow women, but the reality is, the average man doesn't really care about makeup. But women will judge each other harshly. Oh my god, look at Becky. Can you believe she has no mascara? Oh, look at the horrible job she did on her lips. What an ugly person. I can't do it. I can't do it, folks. Seriously. The grooming gap refers to a set of social norms. Okay, so you missed a space there. So you can't write either. You need a copy editor. Okay, you missed a space. Regarding grooming and appearance for work, including the time workers must spend to conform to these norms and the material consequences it has on their lives. Bull! This is such nonsense. For so many reasons. I mean, you know women, they do it for themselves. They wear makeup to make themselves look good and to make themselves feel good. This is a lie. This is not true. So, see, and here's what I mean. We've heard the common advice to look the part at work. For men, that can often just mean business casual clothing and a short haircut, yeah. For women, it can mean hours spent each week on makeup, hairstyling, and curating an outfit that's both attractive and professional. Nobody cares if you're attractive. Just dress professionally. And there you have it, folks. That is pretty much the truth there. You don't have to be attractive. Be professional. Wear professional clothing. Have professional hair. It's that simple. You don't have to be attractive. Why are you thinking that? What makes you think you need to be attractive? Do you think your coworkers care? At all? They don't. This is narcissism, folks. Nobody cares. And I feel like that's what a lot of these women don't get, because in their minds, everybody must be looking at them. In their minds, everybody must care. But the reality is, most people don't. The rules are usually unspoken. So she was literally never told that these were the rules, but in her mind, she believes it. For what reason? So much of this comes from women themselves, I believe, in their own insecurities and stuff like that. Because these aren't written rules, okay? This is America. This is not the Middle East. You don't have to conform to anything. You gotta be professional, but so do men. Even though employers do not explicitly require workers to wear makeup, for example, women workers often feel required to wear it anyway. Okay, that's their own fault. You ever stop to think that maybe, just maybe, that insecurities and fears from women are their own fault and their own responsibility? No one told them to. They feel they have to. Why do they feel they have to? Well, it must be society's fault. Maybe it's their own faults. Maybe it's not society. Maybe it's all in their head. Goshly. There's a lot I could say. A lot I want to say. But a lot I can't say, because it would be seen as mean. So mean. Oh, boo-hoo. So I'm just trying to be, I'm trying to keep it simple, folks. That's not wrong. Sociologists Jacelyn Wong and Andrew Penner found that physically attractive workers have higher incomes from their average-looking workers. But that relationship is eliminated when controlling for grooming in women. In other words, if you purchase the right clothes, makeup, haircut, higher wages are more within reach. Oh my God. I hate this person because they really don't understand what this means. This is actually good for women and really bad for men. They say that men's haircuts and grooming are less expensive and easier, but they forget a simple fact. Because women wear makeup and men don't, an ugly woman can put on a ton of makeup and look somewhat attractive. But an ugly man, all he can do is groom himself, get a haircut, dress nice, but he can't wear makeup. So he'll still be ugly. So in other words, women can fake being attractive, women can fake being pretty, and this will help them get the benefits of being attractive without being attractive, and men can't do this. So really, makeup and all this is really good for women and really, really shitty for men. Oh, it would seem that men are actually most affected. How ironic. So the reality is, men have it worse, men are the ones being screwed, and women can just lie with their makeup. I love it. I just love it. Women have so many privileges in modern society, so many privileges, and they complain. Oh, I have to wear makeup because I'm ugly. Oh, it actually helps me make more money. Oh, I'm being oppressed. Why don't you just get a nice haircut, wear nice clothes, and if you need makeup, put a little. If not, don't. You're the ones who want to be not ugly. You're the ones who want to lie to everybody about the way you look. That's not on us. It's not on men. A lot of men are tired of makeup anyway. Me, I prefer like a casual amount of makeup. You know, a casual amount. Some eyeliner, some lipstick, a little bit of blush, okay, whatever. Casual. I've seen videos of Asian women pulling masks off their face. It's terrifying. I mean, it's literally terrifying what happens when they start to rub off the mask. So we go from this to this. And this woman isn't even particularly ugly. I gotta be honest. They're not really unattractive. But this picture here looks nothing like this. Women have the ability to do this, to shapeshift. Men can't do this crap. And this woman's not even unattractive. So they're gonna go on to complain, oh, women gotta spend more time grooming, blah, blah, blah. Restaurant and hospitality workers are hit hardest by the grooming gap, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I have to watch my appearance. My weight fluctuates. Oh, makeup versus no makeup, jewelry versus no jewelry. There's a definite difference. Duh, you're a bartender. That's how it works. If you're prettier, if you look prettier, even if you're not pretty, you'll get more money. So she's complaining about all these products for women, but who's the dummies buying all these products? Oh, it's women. They're buying the anti-aging creams. They're buying the fancy makeups. They're spending all that time grooming themselves. The grooming gap's effects are compounded for women of color. It is women of color who are most effective. We gotta go down this line. Oh, and transgender women as well. Oh, isn't it a thing of beauty? This wokeness. I was asleep, now I'm woke. This crazy woman's article. Ultimately, social understandings of beauty and many ways that impact women's working conditions are just of a piece of a bigger systematic problem, the larger impact of a patriarchal society's effect on women. Patriarchal societies are literally the best societies and the only societies that work. Okay. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Regardless, this is not a patriarchal society. We live in a society of equal rights, and it's been a disaster. But here we are. You have equality. You can choose not to do these things. You choose to do them. I wonder why. Could it have anything to do with nature? Is nature, my friend, patriarchal? No! Well, it can be, but look, it's as simple as this. It's your fault. Women are constantly bombarded with advertisements, and it's your fault for falling for them. In images of ideal women, oh, you don't complain about the buff, muscular, tall, chiseled, beautiful men. Standards that most men could never live up to. Ginormous anacondas that are freaking huge. It's not realistic for anybody. But ideal standards will always exist. The vast majority of women do not fit into these narrow normative archetypes. Neither do the mass majority of men fit into archetypes of traditional male strength and beauty and blah 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 blah. You can lose out financially because of them, so can men, except you have makeup. But there are clear ways to organize at work around these issues by forming unions or standing together and fighting for a legislation that ends the gender pay gap and tipped minimum wage. You're a bamboozle. You're a fool. Dumb article, dumb arguments, no proof. All lies. Closing the grooming gap and engaging in the struggles that will be needed to fundamentally challenge these exploitative systems in and out of our workplace will not be easy. But when has the fight to create a world we deserve ever been easy? From Mindy Isser. There's a lot of people out there who don't understand why Western men are just, they're tired of it. They're tired of nonsense. They're tired of garbage. They're tired of garbage. They're tired of these lies. They're tired of this foolishness. And that's what it is. It's foolishness. Okay. So unattractive people have it worse in life, but women are most affected, even though men are actually more affected because they can't wear makeup. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about the grooming gap? How do you feel about unattractive people? How do you feel about makeup? Am I incorrect in my observations? You know what? You let me know. Let me know. Now, as always, if you want to support the content that I make, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar for as low as $1. There is a joining bonus if you're interested in that sort of thing. And sharing the video, oh, that's a great help. Show everybody the meme that are these gaps. Show them the truth. If you want to donate, I'm currently taking Bitcoin. Address will be in the description. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.